Rohan was a young man full of dreams. He imagined himself running a successful business, creating something that would inspire others and bring change. Every time he thought about his future, his heart raced with excitement. He believed that motivation alone could take him to the top. Some days, he would wake up early, full of energy, writing plans and setting goals. He would feel unstoppable, convinced that this time he would finally make it. But soon, distractions came. Social media, games, and the comfort of doing nothing pulled him away. The energy he had in the morning vanished by afternoon. His plans were left unfinished, and his dreams remained on paper. Each unfinished project left a small weight in his heart, a quiet frustration that slowly grew every day. Rohan had a friend named Aisha, someone he admired for her calm and disciplined nature. She would often tell him, "Motivation is temporary, Rohan. You need to build habits that last." At first, he didn't understand. He thought that if he worked hard when he felt like it, it would be enough. But time and time again, he faced failure. He started small projects, learned a little about business or coding, but whenever motivation disappeared, so did his effort. His failures were not because he lacked talent. He had skills, ideas, and potential. The problem was his inconsistency. Every success story he read about made him feel inspired for a few days, but soon that inspiration faded, leaving him feeling empty and discouraged. The conflict became clear to Rohan as he compared himself to others who seemed to move forward steadily. He saw friends completing projects, earning small wins, and slowly building their future. He realized that he had been waiting for big motivation moments, expecting them to carry him through months of work. Each time he tried, he felt a wave of hope followed by the sting of disappointment. His story mirrored that of many young people. Dreams are exciting, motivation is thrilling, but without consistency, the path to success remains blocked. The emotional weight of these realizations settled on him like a heavy cloud. The audience feels this frustration too. Anyone who has started strong and faltered can relate to Rohan's journey. Despite the setbacks, a small spark of hope remained. Rohan wanted to change. He wanted to break free from the cycle of excitement and abandonment. The story lingers here, focusing on the struggle between desire and action, between fleeting motivation and the need for daily effort. By highlighting his failures, the audience is emotionally invested. They feel his pain, understand his challenges, and begin to anticipate a possible transformation. This section sets up the key lesson: without consistent action, motivation is powerless. Rohan's journey teaches that struggle is natural, but recognizing the problem is the first step toward real change. Rohan felt a mixture of frustration and determination. He realized that waiting for motivation had only wasted his time and energy. Aisha, noticing his struggle, suggested a different approach. She told him, "Focus on small, daily actions, not bursts of inspiration. Even 10 minutes of consistent effort every day will take you farther than hours of work once in a while." At first, Rohan hesitated. The idea seemed too simple, almost too easy to matter. But he decided to give it a try. He began by dedicating a fixed time each day to learn and practice his skills. Some days were harder than others. He felt lazy, distracted, or tired. Yet, he committed to showing up, no matter how small the effort. Each completed task, no matter how minor, felt like a small victory. Slowly, the invisible walls of inconsistency began to crumble. With every passing week, the change became more noticeable. Projects that he had abandoned before started to take shape. His confidence grew, not from sudden motivation, but from the proof of consistent effort. Rohan's journey now reflected the real essence of success, small steps taken consistently can create massive results over time. The audience witnesses his transformation, feeling inspired and hopeful as they see how patience and discipline begin to pay off. Emotional tension builds, as viewers remember his earlier struggles and now rejoice with him for these small yet meaningful victories. The story shows that transformation is rarely dramatic, it is steady, gradual, and built on persistence. A major breakthrough finally arrives when Rohan completes a project he had struggled with for months. The sense of accomplishment is overwhelming. He realizes that the long hours and daily discipline were not just a path to success, they had changed him as a person. He now understands the value of consistency and the limits of relying solely on motivation. Aisha smiles, proud of his growth, but Rohan feels proudest of himself. He has learned to trust the process, to keep moving forward even when the initial excitement fades. The audience is guided through a moment of triumph, experiencing joy, relief, and the satisfaction of hard-earned achievement. The story ends with a clear moral lesson. Dreams are built not on fleeting bursts of inspiration, but on the foundation of daily, persistent action. Motivation may spark the journey, but it is consistency that fuels the path to success. Viewers are encouraged to apply this lesson in their own lives, to take small steps, maintain daily habits, and trust that progress, no matter how slow, accumulates over time. The emotional impact leaves them feeling uplifted, inspired, and empowered to take action immediately. Rohan's story becomes a mirror for anyone who has struggled with inconsistency, showing that change is always possible when effort is steady and deliberate. It demonstrates the transformational power of commitment and discipline, motivating the audience to embrace their own journey with patience, courage, and persistence.